Hey Bun, so patch 5.35 is tomorrow, Tuesday, October 13th, and we got some info about what's going to be in it, plus some info about what's coming in 5.4 later on in the live letter that we had on Friday. So if you missed that stream, don't worry, because I have a recap here for you on all that we learned about this week's patch 5.35 and 5.4. 5.35 is giving us two big things. One of them is the new housing ward, and the other is the Bozjan Southern Front. So basically, two large-scale combat zones. As for housing, we are getting 6 new wards for each residential district. So that's 3 normal and 3 subdivisions for every district, for a total of 720 new housing plots available on each server. So 720 Lalafels need to watch out so you don't get sacrificed for luck. Because of the mad rush to get plots, they are not going to open the servers up before the scheduled time, even if the maintenance completes early. If you are hoping to get one, make sure that you set your status to busy so people cannot try to open a trade with you, which will prevent you from buying a plot. Think about maybe getting an SSD to load in quicker. If you are an FC leader, maybe double check the housing permissions for your officers and other people in your FC. Because in my video about extreme things players do to get a house, I heard from people who had accidentally relocated their FC house when they were actually just trying to buy a house for themselves. Because it's a very panicked time, and you might just click something. So just maybe FC leaders double check those housing permissions. Being on a low pop server will increase your chances a little bit too. Or trying for a plot in Goblet, which is the least popular district, even after they added the cool swimming area. But I bet the new plots will pull people in. Remember that it will be much easier to relocate from the plot that you have than to get a brand new plot. Like, this is going to be the best time for you to get a brand new plot. So don't necessarily try to go for your dream plot. Try to get a plot, any plot. And one final note is that in Population 14, you need to log in and enter your house once every 45 days or it will be demolished. Right now, that housing demolition timer is suspended because of COVID. But if you would rather not lose your multi-million gil investment because your sub lapsed and you don't plan on always subbing continuously, consider maybe buying an apartment instead. The other big piece of content that we are getting in patch 5.35 is the Bozjan Southern Front, which Yoshida said should give you enough to do until 5.4, which I took that to mean that this is going to be pretty grindy if it's going to keep you busy till then. But the good news is that if you just want to experience the story and you don't want to do all the extra grinding and stuff, you can. You can just focus only on the story quests, or you can take on extra challenges. That's up to you. The front itself is a 72-player zone where you will have a so-called resistance rank, and to increase that rank, you need to gather metal. The only way to get metal is by doing skirmishes or critical engagements. There's no other way. Killing the little trash mobs around the southern front are not going to give you metal. Skirmishes are basically fates. They're going to be popping up randomly around the map, and critical engagements are more special. These are 24 to 48 man intense battles, more akin to dungeon or raid bosses. You will be locked into an arena and can't escape. These critical engagements don't pop up randomly like skirmishes. These need to be specially triggered after meeting certain conditions, which we are going to have to figure out. Yoshida said that they all have different triggers. Once those conditions are met, you can use the Bozjan Finder to request deployment, and if there are too many people who want to fight it, there will be a lottery as to who will get in. Now, when I first heard this, I was like, a lottery? Can you please apply this same system to housing? Like, y'all have figured out the lottery. Please put the lottery on the housing placards. I know it's off topic, but anyway, you can get the special items within the Bozjan Southern Front that will give you priority treatment in the lottery, so you will be more likely to be selected to go to the critical engagement. I'm going to assume that this is for people who worked the hardest to spawn the critical engagement. They should be getting the item that will give them priority treatment. I'm just speculating there, but that's probably it, and that seems fair. Resistance weapons will get an upgrade the moment you unlock the Southern Front. The upgrade quest for your weapon will unlock as well. If you do not have a resistance weapon yet, the first part is already in the game, but you need to first do the Ivolus raids from Stormblood to get it. So that chain starts in Kugane with the quest Dramatis Personae, and I'm going to advise you to not rush through those quests because the Ivolus story is amazing, and I'm sure that because this is required to start on Bozja at all. The raid times should be, like the queue times for the raids should be much better this week and for a few weeks ahead. So I don't think there's going to be any need to rush, and the story is really enjoyable. So I hope that you like it. Yoshida said that the grind for upgrading our weapons after 5.35 will not require you to enter Bozjan Southern Front necessarily. Like, you can grind in Bozja if you want to, but you can upgrade with content outside as well, like a Poetics light farm. And he said, I don't know. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Also, you can level up in Bozjan Southern Front. After your job hits level 71, you will be able to start leveling in Bozja, and it's going to up sync you to level 80, and it's going to item level sync you, everyone's gear to 430, regardless of what gear you came in with. So I think that means pants are optional. But let's not forget the most exciting part of Bozja, which is for pro gamers only, I assume. The better you do in a critical engagement, so like if you're dodging the AoEs and you're hitting the boss very fast and very hard, the higher your chances will be to be the chosen one that will be selected to participate in the 1v1 critical engagement. They said that when they play tested, everyone watching was cheering outside the arena, and the player lasted about 15 seconds. So maybe 15 seconds is all you need. Anyway, from what I understand, this is supposed to be extremely difficult content, and you can participate as a healer. Yoshida said that there will be special items, actions similar to Logos actions from Eureka that will, quote, even make a healer strong as a tank.
Blood for the blood lily.
Showed us some of the gear that you can get. Here's for tanks. Now, for me, I don't know why this kind of gave me Ulfric Stormcloak vibes a bit. Maybe with the fur trim and stuff. For the other pictures, they didn't say what roles that they're for, but they look really good. I love the blazer and I love the goggles on the forehead. They said that they wanted it to look rough and used. And in that case, I'm surprised they didn't just make it all monk gear. I've got to get out my monk jokes now before the rework. Because yes, we also learned that in 5.4, monks will get a rework that will make them less jank to play. How's that for a segue into the 5.4 stuff? They will rework Grease Lightning with the aim of keeping up the busy feeling of gameplay, but removing the stress of having to keep up Grease Lightning. Patch 5.4, which is called Futures Rewritten, will release in early December. And we got very few details on it because it's still a long ways off. But for the main story, they showed us like one screenshot, which was Amaric and some Vanu shaman chief guy. I do not remember his name. Okay, I remember him, but I don't remember his name. They showed us the artwork from the main story dungeon, Matoya's Relict, which to me looks like a furnace in the middle of a room filled with highly flammable materials. What could go wrong? We will get a new trial for Emerald weapon, and then we'll get the new raids, of course, with Eden's Promise, though still no clue who or what we are going to be fighting in there. I was hoping for King Mogglemug Savage, but we are also getting a new Unreal trial, so maybe we will get King Mogglemug Unreal. 5.45 will bring an update to the Bozjan Southern Front that we're getting this week. So yeah, they talked about the update to the update that we are getting. That thing that is coming in 5.45 is called Delubrum Reginae, which is going to be like Baldessian Arsenal from Eureka. So Baldessian Arsenal was the 56-man raid from Eureka that was one of my favorite pieces of content that ever came into the game. Delubrum Reginae is going to have two modes, one normal for 24 people and one savage for 48 people. So yes, that's a 48-man savage mode raid. Like, that sets my vanilla WoW raider heart aflutter. Blue Mage will be getting an update in 5.4, which will let you level up to 70 on it. And this has led many people to speculate maybe Blue Dessian Arsenal or Blue Woo or Blue Cobb. Who knows? I doubt it. That seems doubtful to me. Crafters will get updates to actions that are not used that often, plus new crafting conditions for high-end crafts. Gatherers will get a rework to the collectibles and ethereal reduction system. And they showed a screenshot of the new gathering system, which looks similar to something that they had in 1.0. Gathering and perception stats will affect collectability a lot more now, and you will get elevation indicators for gathering nodes. For fishers, ocean fishing will get new routes, and they will add missions to ocean fishing, which are personal objectives that give you a bonus score on completion, and they will add a penalty for re-entering after you abandoned a fishing tour. Fish eye will be adjusted so it won't be required to catch fish, and because they just want to make fishing a bit more user-friendly to try and bait more people into it. Sky Steel tools will be updated, of course, and 5.41 will bring the last step in Ishgard restoration, and there will be a monument to commemorate the crafting class that contributed the most. Actually, I thought that was kind of cool. So if Culinarian wins, will there be an Iron Chef? The treasure hunting maps will get a new dungeon, which we only got to see one piece of artwork for, and it appears to be a roulette type map, which was one of my favorite type of treasure map dungeons. Triple Triad will get a UI update, and you'll get to do 8-player tournaments, and Mahjong will get a quick match system because apparently there are, quote, a lot more players than they expected that still play Mahjong from time to time. More than you expected. So you created this and you didn't think that people would care about it. Like, I feel like it really must have been a passion project. Yoshida was like, haha, where are we putting our development funds? That was kind of my thoughts, but actually a lot of people in the stream told me that they were very excited for Mahjong and said that it's very relaxing. So for me, just thinking about playing Mahjong makes me want to sleep, so I totally see that. There's a bunch of miscellaneous updates. I'm going to give you rapid fire. Bards will get violins. A new retro-looking blue theme for the UI is coming. You'll be able to link quests in the chat window, and when overmelding materia, you'll be able to burn through a whole stack automatically rather than clicking on each one. But apparently, once you start that process, it's going to not be able to stop. So be careful with your stack sizes there. And we will get an explore mode for dungeons. So you will be able to go back to dungeons that you have completed. I think this is only going to be for 5.x dungeons, and take screenshots in them, and you will be able to mount up, take your pets out. I think they said they're going to put a striking dummy in there too. So you can get some battle effects going, and you can like have some extra good screenshots anywhere you want in one of these 5.x dungeons. We did not get a PS5 version announcement, but they did confirm you will be able to play the PS4 version of Final Fantasy XIV on the PS5. And a funny side note, so Yoshida and Foxconn both did not get PS5 pre-orders. Now, Foxconn, okay, maybe I understand, but Yoshida, Naoki Yoshida, is the producer of Final Fantasy XVI, which is a PS5 game that was shown rather prominently at the PS5 showcase event, and he could not get a PS5. He was like, maybe some nice Warrior of Light will give me theirs. Wink, wink. I honestly thought it was like, it's like this just a Final Fantasy producer forced to go hang out at Kyle's house to try out their new PS5. To no one's surprise, all of the fan fests are canceled. Not like I would have gone even if they were not canceled because of the pandemic. But they are planning on making a new 2-day digital fan fest in May. And in February 2021, they are going to host an online event for new information. They were vague about that. They were like, what could the new information be? I'm guessing 6.0 announcements and hopefully Bunny Boy announcements. They showed off some new merch, like this very cute Paisa chef plushie. Do you think he likes to bake cakes or pies? Also, they're selling framed art prints for $300 each. At first, I thought they had messed up a zero because it says 30,000 yen. And I'm like, surely they meant 3,000 yen, right? Or people in the chat were like, oh, it's 30,000 yen. Yeah, but it's for like the whole collection. It's like for all of them. No, it is $300 each for these framed art prints. They said that they use some special printing technique that makes them super high quality. For $300, this printing technique better make Graha jump out the painting. But why? But in all seriousness, why? Like, just print it out on a normal poster and mail it to me in a tube for $10. This week they're adding a new lodestone feature called the Community Finder, and you can use it to find communities. You can use it to find FCs or link shells, and if you have an FC or link shell, you can register it there and add tags so people can find it. If you post an FC recruitment listing on the Community Finder during the little mini campaign they're running that ends October 27th, you will get some fireworks. So that should help your FC membership numbers skyrocket. Well, I hope y'all are as hyped for patch 5.35 as I am, and suitably intrigued about 5.4, even though we didn't get a whole lot of info about it. If you like this video, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow warriors of darkness. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Enjoy the patch. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. There's one more thing. Pharmacy 14 was nominated for a Golden Joystick Awards, so go and vote for them. I will put the link in the comments for you to do that. Okay, now I'll see you later. Bye.